Welcome to this special episode of the IKF International Workshop Series. Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with Jayden Jack Welch from Iconic Football Academy located in Malaga, Spain. With years of experience coaching talented players under UEFA qualified guidance, Iconic Football Academy is dedicated to providing a world-class football education combined with personal development. Their programs focus on helping players aged 16 and above develop the technical skills, tactical understanding, and mental strength needed to succeed professionally on the international stage. Jaden and Keith are passionate about creating clear pathways for players from India and beyond to train, compete, and thrive in Europe's competitive footballing landscape. Welcome, Jaden. First of all, thank you very much for making the time and talking to us. Uh, Before we talk about your academy, before we talk about your career, I want to understand why football. I understand you are coming from Europe. I mean, it's very common there. But I want to understand what was the first spark or what was your first love story with the football?
Wow, good question. Well, good to meet you all. I'm Jaden, head of Football Iconic. I got into football very young. Obviously, growing up in France,
Mhm.
I started playing football at 5, 6 years old. So from the get-go, I was into the football world. So you know what? All my friends were into football. I remember going to the pitches every week in France, growing up there. Then I moved to Spain when I was 14. Grew up playing in Spain. And I have English parents, football
Mhm.
fanatics, so
Mhm.
it was inevitable that I was going to be a football person. So those were my first memories, just going training as a young lad.
So which
And
part of France was it?
I was in the southwest, which is a place called Biarritz, which was a rugby place, a
Mhm.
famous place, rugby. But because my parents were so into football, I was pushed into getting into football. So yeah, it was inevitable, and here we are today, in the football world.
So Griezmann is he your favorite player?
Who?
Antoine Griezmann
Antoine Griezmann.
is who is your favorite
Griezmann.
player
Oh,
basically?
okay, yeah. He's up there. I like Griezmann, but I'd say at the moment, I'd say Saka. I'm an Arsenal
Saka.
fan,
Oh, nice.
so I'm not trying to be biased or anything, but yeah, I'd say Saka's my favorite player
Oh,
at the
he's
moment.
very talented, very young, talented. I like.
Yeah.
So great. Thank you very much for sharing that story. And now coming to your early days of football, like you said, you grew up in France, and I mean, it was sort of discipline for you. So, what about the rest of the youth experience that you have? Can you share your experience with?
Yeah, well, I grew up playing football my whole life,
Yeah.
and when I was 16, I got an injury on my ankle,
Oh.
and when I got my injury, 6 months into my rehab, I thought to myself, you know what? I might not end up playing football in the next few years. I might be out for long. I didn't know what the future was going to hold. So I thought to myself, you know what? Maybe let me think of coaching.
Mhm.
Let me think different jobs in football. I want to be involved in the game. So I thought, let me take some of my coaching badges, let me learn more about the game. And I became obsessed really with learning about the game. So I now have a load of different qualifications in
Yeah. Of course.
analysis, scouting. I have my UEFA license. So yeah, that's the other route I took from playing.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I haven't played football since my injury.
Yeah.
So it's been a few years, but I'm still willing to get back one day, because I miss the game.
Yeah.
But that's why now I'm in the football world, but not playing on the other side of it. But
Right.
so yeah, I'm still super excited and ambitious
Right.
when it comes to football on both sides.
Right. So injury being very, I mean, it's quite common in football players, and a lot of players miss out just because of the injury, long-term injury. So was it the only reason that you started coaching, or was there any other particular motivation behind you starting the coaching or the
Yeah,
academy?
yeah, I mean, as a footballer, you're going to play football till about 30, 35. It's always on the back
Yeah.
of your mind, isn't it? So I remember my parents, oh, you've got to study, you got to do education, you need a plan B. And I think for me, it was always to stay involved in the game.
Yeah.
So I think it was always on my mind that maybe when I stopped playing football, I want to maybe get into coaching or get into a
Mhm.
scouting job in football. So here we are. Here we are.
And so, when did you start? What was your age when you started coaching? Just to give the context to our viewers that they can also think about this career.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'd say it was a year or two after my injury, I started to say to myself, you know what, I
So
want to
maybe around
get
18.
involved in it now. So around 18, I started
18.
traveling
Mhm.
to Wales. I got my UEFA licenses in Wales, which is
Yeah.
the best place to get your UEFA licenses. So I got them done there, and I've done a lot of education online when it comes to football analysis, scouting
Yeah. Yeah.
with the PSA. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Makes sense.
about 18. I've been doing it for years now.
Nice. So, thank you very much for sharing your personal story because this is very important for our users to also see the journey. I have seen a lot of players, they stop uh, playing the game or they just miss out on the chance. They think there is no other, career option. So your story
Yeah.
definitely can help someone understand, okay, there are other career options in sport and they can still make it. So thank you very much for sharing it. Coming to your football academy, iconic football academy. So I want to understand when did you start and what is the purpose behind starting this iconic football academy? What is the pain point that you are solving with your academy?
Okay, well, when I was 16, I went to a football academy in Spain. I was actually living in the same place of where the football academy was in Alicante. So my dad decided me to place me there to become a full-time player, to learn as much as I can.
Yeah,
And I was there for 3 months.
yeah,
And honestly, as a footballer, that was the best 3 months of my life. They were because I felt like a professional player. I was training every day. I was
yeah,
playing weekly games. I
yeah,
met hundreds of different people from around the world.
yeah,
I made friends for life.
yeah,
So I remember coming out of there and thinking, wow, what an experience, what an opportunity.
yeah.
And it was amazing. And now with my path, about 2, 3 years ago, we decided we were going to start Iconic Football Academy. And here we are today. We're going to get players in September, so it's really exciting.
Right. So also you also talk about holistic football development. Can you also share what does it mean by holistic football development for a player?
Yeah, well, um, holistic football development, this can be like learning football on and off the pitch. I
Um,
mean, at the end of the day, we I've honestly worked with footballers before that that are good players, but that their intelligence on the pitch is not ready for top level. So what we try and do is work with these players tactically, not just technically, not being good on the ball, but making them better on the pitch, thinking. So yeah, this is kind of what we mean by this. I mean, our coaching staff are professional players, and our head coach has been in football for 50 years. So as a player, you can learn so much being around these people because you can learn a lot playing on the pitch with your friends and get way better. But being around people that know the game, you can learn so
right.
much more. And this is what we provide here.
Right. So that's actually very important to develop a player on and off the field. And we also talk a lot to the young Indian footballers to develop a character, to build a great character, not just during the game, but off the game as well. So now many of the Indian footballers love European football. I mean, there are crazy fans out here, but somehow
Yeah,
they miss out on the deep technical analysis, tactical analysis. They somehow are not, they haven't experienced it firsthand, like you
yeah,
guys have
yeah.
experienced it from your childhood. So, can you just briefly share the experience as an young Indian kid who wants to go to maybe who wants to come to your academy? And what is the environment like? What is the pressure? What is the schedule? And
Yeah.
how does he envision his daily routine? And what is the pressure during the game? So, can you just briefly explain that to an Indian young?
So when I used to watch football before playing at a top level, I used to think there was no tactics behind the game. You'd
Yeah.
watch it and think, oh, well, surely there's not a lot going on. But when you start to work coaches, you start to learn so much and see that, wow, there's actually a lot more into football than just 90 minutes of playing and
Right.
just training. There's way more. I mean, at what we will do and what you do at professional clubs is you're on a screen watching TV, analyzing training sessions, matches. You're given instructions individually and as a team, and you're working like this 2 to 3 hours a day at a professional club. So you learn so much. I mean, even in the Premier League, you have players that are still have not learned everything yet. So your brain's always going to learn the more you play and the more you grow up and and the people you work with. So I mean, honestly, it's I mean that's what we do. I mean, we're an academy, so we're not trying to only win games. It's not our
Yeah.
main objective. Our
Yeah.
main objective is to develop players and
Yeah.
find opportunities in Spain. But I think before a game, we will always analyze a team we play against and try and follow a system
Yeah.
so players can learn tactics
Yeah.
and learn the tactical side of the game somehow.
And so I have a follow-up question. How do these young kids cope up with the pressure? You're saying there is 2, 3 hours of training, there is analysis. I am sure there are video analysis. There are different
Yeah,
tactics, strategies you have to go through, and then you have to apply those learning the next day, right? On the ground.
yeah,
So, how does a
yeah.
general football player, uh, gets habituated to that pressure situation? Maybe any example that you want to share with our viewers.
Yeah, well, it's honestly it's very pressurizing.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have different types of coaches. Some coaches have put way more pressure on a player,
Hmm.
some that are more laid back.
Yeah.
So I think it's important. I mean, I personally believe that me personally, I preferred more laid back coaches. So because
Mm.
it would give me more confidence, I'd feel like I'd have less pressure on my shoulders. So I mean, coaches all work different, but it's true. It's a pressurizing job being a football player. You know,
Right.
you have
Yeah.
people that you need to win. You need to do your job. It's not just playing 90 minutes and having fun. You need to do your job. So I mean, it's part of the game. You have to deal with the pressure that's adds up. The high level you play at, the more pressure there is.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good thing. And young football players, I think, are very can adapt to a lot, and you learn so fast. At first, you might think it's too much, but as long as you go and listen to your coaches, you have teammates,
Yeah.
and you have players to look up to. There's always usually a captain that can help you or an older player. So I think in the football world, there's so much, it's very adaptable. You can learn and people can help you.
Right.
So
Right.
pressure's good. I believe it's good.
Okay. Thank you very much for sharing that. Now, coming to the very important point. So, your collaboration with India Khelo Football. So, India Khelo Football has already done a great work for the last 4.5 years or 5 years, where they have been scouting young kids from corner of this country, from 125 cities. So, a huge pool of talent.
Yeah.
What do you expect from this collaboration? I'm sure you're very excited, but what is your takeaway from this collaboration?
Well, for me, it's so exciting. India's on is on the other side of the world, really, compared
Yeah,
to Spain. So
yeah,
it's really exciting for me. One thing I do know, there's talent all over the world. There's talent everywhere.
right,
Football's a massive game. That I know there's talent everywhere, and I think it's just a good opportunity for us to collaborate with IKF, and it's just exciting. We're open to see talent. My main goal is for to see talent and help talent. That's my objective.
right.
So the more we can get our hands on, the better. So I think it's a really exciting prospect to go to India and see the talent there.
Yeah. So, any previous experience that you have with maybe Indian players? Have you ever seen them playing in any of the matches? Do you have any experience of like how the Indian football players are?
In all fairness, I've never met an Indian player myself. I actually did meet one a few years ago that was an academy in Spain,
Okay.
and he ended up signing for a team in Spain.
Okay.
And he ended up spending 8 months, 9 months, a full season in Spain. And
Oh, nice.
and from what I remember, he said he loved it. And it was a great experience, and
Yeah.
it was a shock to him playing here, and it
Yeah.
was a great experience for him as it
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
coming here.
I
So
can
yeah, that's what I
imagine.
remember.
Yeah, I can imagine. Uh, So now coming to one important question that a lot of followers or Indian players who are attending this international workshop will be
Yeah.
expecting. So what are those core skills or what are those few features that you are looking for in a professional player? So, I mean, of course, you are looking to scout trade players, but what are those few important features so that players, when they come there and the workshop, they are already aware of the situation. Okay, like we have to be at least maybe let's say focus in the awareness or maybe on the pressure side or maybe passing the ball and receiving the ball, things like that. So what are those features that you want to share?
Yeah, I think this for scouts is a good question because for every scout it can be different, for every
Yeah,
club it can be different. But for me personally, what I love is the technical side of the game. I think a player's technical ability for me is really important because something that I know when it comes to the physical side of the game, you can really work
yeah,
on it and you can
yeah,
improve drastically.
yeah,
Whereas the technical, you can work on it and get sharper. But I think if you have that base as a good technical player, you don't lose it. So I think it's really important for me. Technical players, I love. I also I find that the attitude of a player is really important. Helps the team out. That's always really important. But for me, mostly the technical side of player with good technical ability always catches my
right,
eye. Always,
right.
especially growing up and watching football here in Spain, technical ability is so important.
Absolutely, absolutely. I can imagine we all know the tiki-taka style and we all know how technical
Yeah,
football in Spain is. But there are a lot of
yeah.
kids who really don't understand what is a technical play. So can you just briefly give a summary, or maybe you can put it in very simple words, like what is a technical play for a footballer?
Yeah. So this can be it's a big subject. So like a
Yeah.
technical player could be a player with great dribbling ability.
Okay.
It could mean a player with great passing. These are all the technical
Right.
sides of the game.
Right.
So the way a player receives a ball on the back
Yeah.
foot or a player's first touch.
Yeah.
Obviously, so many players are different. So players have great passing but not as good dribbling. But when it comes to as a pure footballer, everything you do with the ball is technical. So
Right.
what a player can do with the ball,
Right.
that's what I like. Because everything off the ball, speed, um, jumping ability, stamina, this can all be worked on, in my opinion, and it can be improved a lot. Whereas the technical side of a player, when you get to about an age 13, 14, you can always improve, but I think
Right.
you can only improve so much. So I think that's the technical side of the game is important.
That's very, actually, that's very great for our viewers to understand, actually, because, somehow people miss out on those important details, smaller details like passing, receiving, and dribbling, all these stuff. Uh, they do it, but they don't know the entire combination, like how to put together everything in this game and make a good impression on the scouts. So maybe a quick follow-up question. Who is your favorite technical player in football?
Well, great question. Great question. Um, you know what? There are a lot of good technical players out there, but one that catches my eye recently for the past few years, I'd probably say Phil Foden,
Phil
very
Foden.
technical,
Yeah.
and Odegaard, probably a bit biased because I'm an Arsenal fan, but Martin Odegaard is a very technical player.
All right. I
So
think
probably
those.
them two.
Yeah, I think that's quite interesting. And I hope, I mean, now viewers understand. Okay, we have to watch Phil Foden's game and we have to learn
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
from him.
Yeah.
So thank
He's
you very
very
much.
technical players. Yeah, they can
Yeah,
do they do magic with the ball.
absolutely. Absolutely. I think Manchester City they have produced some really young talents recently. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, Cole Palmer. I mean, you might have seen the recent.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have said Cole Palmer as well. Yeah, I do like him. Yeah.
So all right, thank you very much for that description because it also helps our players. So now, what do a player expect from this international workshop? And what do they expect from particularly from your football academy in Spain?
What what they can expect from our program in Spain.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I believe we're the best academy. I believe this. I think as a player, you come here, you will develop. This is a non-negotiable. You will develop as a player, 100%.
Right.
You're surrounded by professionals, by the best people,
Right.
people that want good in football. And you will genuinely have opportunities if you have the talent and the right attitude. Genuinely have opportunities. We work with agents that have many pro players on their books in Spain.
Right.
We work with scouts that work for clubs here.
Yeah.
So the least you will get out of coming on a program in Spain is not only the great experience, the people you're going to meet, the
Mhm.
culture shock as well, which is amazing. And you will come out as a better player,
Yeah.
100%, and learn a lot on and off the pitch,
Yeah.
tactically, technically. And you have a genuine opportunity to
Yeah.
find something here in
Yeah.
Europe.
And
Yeah.
more importantly, you are placed in a very nice location, Malaga. I really like it. So,
Yeah. It
so it's a great location to play football.
is.
Uh,
It is.
but other than that, do you have any success story to share with the viewers, like where they can see their footballing career going, like in maybe in La Liga or maybe in Premier League? I don't know. Like, do you want to share any particular success
Yes,
story?
well, throughout the summer, we were working with a few American lads
Yeah.
that came down. I mean, right now we're not doing summer programs, but we actually brought in some Americans to help through an agent that we knew, and we had them training with us for three to 4 weeks,
Okay.
and we spotted talent and good mindset, and we ended up getting them trialing with a third division team here, which is an elite team,
Oh wow.
elite. So they ended up trialing and they ended up getting a contract with the under
Oh wow.
23s because
That's
they're young
that's
lads. And so which is unbelievable for American lads to come down here and get that opportunity. So yeah, they were really delighted with this opportunity and they're going to be staying in Spain for the next year at least. So
right.
really excited for them and their families.
Fantastic. That's amazing, actually. And even for Indian kids to see that experience and maybe playing in third division and second division, it's a totally different experience, I'm sure. Uh,
Yeah.
let's talk about alternate career options in football or in sports in general.
Yeah.
I think we started with that note that since you had injury, so you started coaching. So let's say
Yeah.
a kid goes to your academy, they they play well, they do well. Something happens, and they, for some reason, they are not able to make it to the professional level. So, what are the other career options that they can, think about, and they can make a livelihood out of it?
Yeah, well, if you want to stay in the football world, there are thousands of jobs, thousands of opportunities all over the world when it comes to football. That's something that I wanted to get into the football world because I knew that maybe with the right qualifications, I could travel to India and work in football. I could travel to the States and work in football. I could probably travel anywhere around the world. So I was like, let me get my qualifications
Yeah,
and this could be from anything. This could be from data analysis. You could be analyzing
yeah,
numbers.
yeah.
You could be scouting. You
Scouting,
could
yeah,
be traveling around the country to scout
yeah,
players for a
right,
club. This
right,
could be even from directing football academies.
yeah,
This could be from coaching youth football. So there's thousands of jobs out there in the football world, which are honestly for me, as long as you're on the pitch, it feels like you're playing football, you know? I don't want to
yeah,
leave the football pitch. So I
yes,
think that's for me the main thing that there's
yeah,
so many other pathways outside
yeah.
of just playing the game. So
Or maybe
so
you
many.
can become the sports presenter, right? Sports pundit. There are so many of
Of
them.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. 100%. I agree.
So I think those are some great suggestions and great insights. Any particular message you want to give to the young Indian footballers of 16 or 17 years of age, who is maybe watching this podcast and maybe he's going to attend the international workshop. So what is your message to them? Like any final thoughts to them?
Yeah. Well, obviously, preparation is key.
Yeah,
Preparation is always key. So my best advice to young players is always have a ball at your feet. Whenever you
Mm,
can play football, play it. Whenever you can do that extra bit of training, do so because every little helps. Even if it's your nutrition's, make sure your nutrition's right, make sure you're eating the right things. That's something we do here. We offer good nutrition advice and we give players great nutrition. I think it's very important to fuel a player. Also, put the hours in the gym. I think becoming more athletic on the pitch is very important. That's something when the levels
yeah,
change. I think the faster that the intensity changes,
yeah.
the higher level you go. It's the intensity and the physicality. Those are the little differences. So if you can spend as much time in on the pitch and on the gym, that's the best place to develop as a player.
Got it. So maybe here, what I'm understanding is having a good technical and understanding of the game, physicality,
Exactly.
putting extra efforts, and then maybe resting, having a good sleep, not spending too much time on the mobile phones because that also creates a lot of distraction, right?
Cool.
All right.
Exactly. Of course.
All
Yeah,
right.
100%, 100%.
Great. So, thank you very much, Jaden, for your time and sharing your thoughts and sharing your understanding. And I think it's only 1 month from now that this international workshop series starts. So, I wish you the best. I hope that you scout the best talents from the country, and I also wish other kids the best. They perform the best. Hope they do the better practice, better training, and become a better version of them. And yeah, a good luck, bon chance to them.
One chance.
Yeah,
Yes, 100%. No, we're so excited to come to India and look for talent, really. So hopefully you guys are ready because we are.
yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Very excited. Looking forward to this exciting workshop. And welcome to India. And looking forward to see you. Thank you.